that pimple right there. Hi. Welcome to episode 4. Today I realized that I was looking through like the past ones that I've recorded, and I realized that episode 2, the thumbnail says episode 3. And I'm too lazy to go back and fix it because the text is like saved on the image. That means I'd have to go back, get the image again, and then put the text on it again. Unless I can like make like an X on the 3 and put 2, and it'd be like a joke for the people that know, they know. And the people that don't, they don't. But anyway, how are you? I'm doing pretty good today. I just pooped, so I feel good. I feel pretty good. I have some things to talk to you about. Just random stuff that's been on my mind today, actually. I just found out that my fiance has never used Myspace in his life. And when I tell you, this man makes me feel like I'm a grandmother and he's like this young guy that I'm just dating. And I saw this TikTok of someone, this girl that was like in the same situation. She's like in her 30s and she's dating someone in their 20s. And she's there in the corner with the grandma filter, and she's just there closing her eyes, like falling asleep while he's like trying to do like exciting, energetic things. And while I don't feel like I have less energy than him, he does have more energy than me, but I've always been someone with really low energy. I'm always like tired all the time and stuff, but some things that he tells me, this podcast includes toe cracking. So if that triggers you, scroll away, but I cannot control myself anyways. So last night he told me, I was showing him a TikTok and I thought it was so funny. It was a lady who was cracking up looking at her husband who was on the toilet pooping, and he was looking at her from the side in like dim lighting, and he was hunched over, and she was like, "You look like Tom from Myspace." And my fiance looks at me, he's like, "I don't know who that is." And I'm like, wait, okay, I know you're younger than me, but you're not that much younger than me. He is 25 and I'm 30. We're like I turned 30 right after he turned 25, so we're like just 5 years and 2 months apart, which is a lot, but not really, like, compared to some people. Anyway, so he's like, "I don't know who that is." And I'm like, my brain I cannot wrap my brain around this. Because I used Myspace when I was like 12, 13. So that means he would have been 7, 8. Oh my god. That's crazy to me. But I don't think Myspace dissolved until like 2010, 2011. And that was when Facebook became a thing. So I'm thinking to myself, was Facebook the first like social media platform he used? Which is insane to me because that was like the second like major platform I used. But I had Myspace, and I remember like making my profile and doing all that stuff, like getting the song in the background to play while you're scrolling down my profile, and like all the little widgets and stuff, and like going to Google and finding those really long surveys of like 50 to 100 questions, like, do you prefer Pepsi or Coca-Cola? I loved those. Those were so fun, to the point where I think it affected my adult life, because I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I was like this. It was so bad, and I didn't even realize where it came from until now. Like when I transferred from Myspace to Facebook, I started posting those 100 question things to like get to know me on my Facebook, as well as like not statuses, but like notes. I think they were called notes. And then as I got older, every time I would try to like pursue a relationship or like get to know someone more, like when I was dating them, I would Google. I would Google these questions, and then I'd ask them to like get to know them. And then like if they would be annoyed and they would be like, why so many questions? That's it. Because that means you don't like to talk. And I love to talk. And you don't want me to get to know you. It's not like a genuine connection that you want to have with me. Yeah, that would be it. Maybe I should do that in a video. One of these videos. Like, maybe we could do it right now, actually, since we're talking about it. I'm gonna get my iPad. Okay, but like, if no one else was like this, is that like a thing I need to see a therapist about? Because, is that normal? I feel like it's fine. Like, if you want to know more about somebody and you can't think of any questions, you just go to Google and Google would give you some question ideas, right? It's not like anything deeply profound or anything, but like, it is conversation starters. 50 questions about me, Myspace. Let's see. 50 questions from Myspace. Oh my god. 50 questions Myspace style. Oh my god, I cannot. DeviantArt. 2005. Okay, wait. I was 12. Damn, this is a throwback. Okay. What is your name? Kristen. What color underwear are you wearing right now? This is ridiculous. I cannot believe this was one of the questions. Gray. The comments, the beginning of the post, it says, this was a stupid thing sent to me on MySpace, so I'm gonna do it. Try and stop me. May 16, 2005. Oh my gosh. Okay, next. What are you listening to right now? Nothing. Just silence. What are the last 2 digits of your phone number? Okay, I'm not answering that, but I never had ones like this. Let me go back. Okay, here we go. Let's do this one instead. This one sounds better. Do you like blue cheese? No, I'm allergic to milk. Anything dairy. Have you ever smoked a cigarette? No, but my dad does. Do you own a gun? No, I do not. But I have gone shooting before. My fiance owns guns, I guess, but I don't personally. My first time I went shooting with him last year. It was kind of fun. I was very, very nervous. I did not do so well. I only shot like a rifle. X22 or a rifle, something 22. I don't remember the name of it. I always ask him, what was the name of it again? But after I did like the first clip, it was kind of fun. But I missed every single shot. What flavor do you add to your drink at Sonic? I've never actually had a drink at Sonic except for like a soda. But I never had anything. Do you get nervous before doctor's appointments? Yes. I hate the doctor. Sorry if you keep hearing like the wire hitting the microphone. I hate the doctor. My phobia started of the doctor when I turned 15. I went to get labs done and I had not eaten. You're not supposed to eat for like 8 hours before. I didn't eat for 24 hours before because the day before my crush came over to visit me and I was so nervous that I couldn't eat anything because I felt like I was gonna puke. And the next day I had a doctor's appointment, and after my doctor's appointment, I didn't have anything. We went to the stores. We went to Walgreens. I passed out in the store. And I remember these people like standing over me. They're like, oh my god, do you want me to call 911? And then my mom came over And she was like, no, she's fine. She gave me a banana, and then I felt better. But ever since then, every time I go to the doctor to get labs done, I pass out while they're taking my blood. It's like the worst. I hate it so much. I wish I never had to go. Do you like hot dogs? I liked hot dogs. Like, I liked chicken hot dogs because the beef ones would make me feel like terrible. And then my fiance has them a lot, so I was craving one because I smelled it, you know. And I had one. Never again. I got so sick. And this was like last month. And I told him, I said, never let me have one ever again. If I tell you I'm craving one, just tell me no. Because I felt so bad. I was in the bathroom and I was sweating and I was not feeling good. And then I saw a TikTok. I don't know. I mean, I saw the TikTok and then I Googled it and it ended up being true. That there's like 2% of human skin in hot dogs. But I think it's just like fingernails or whatever ends up in the factory, like conveyor belt or whatever. Hair, I'm sure. But, yeah, no more hot dogs for me. I like sausages, though, without the casing. Okay, this, I will say right now, pause. This was so iconic, where, like, you would do, like, the survey, right? And then you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you'd just skip a number because you forgot what number you're on, because you're typing this whole thing out. So it goes from 6 to 8. What do you prefer to drink in the morning? Water. I'm a pretty big water girly. I used to drink coffee in the morning, and then I found out that that's really bad for you. You're supposed to wait until, like, you go, when you wake up, you're, like, up here, and then, like, 4 hours after you're awake, your body, your energy, like, tanks. You're supposed to have coffee at that point. So I've been having coffee, like, I don't know. I wake up at, like, 11. I'll usually make a coffee, like, around 3 or 4. And then I'll drink the coffee until, like, 9 or 10. That's, like, one of my toxic traits. Is I take, like, 8 hours to drink coffee. I make, like, a 16-ounce, like, thingy, but I always take forever to drink it. Because I'm also drinking water at the same time. I just like to sip it. I don't like to chug it. My fiance will drink it in, like, 2 seconds. So he's, like, the complete opposite of me. But, yeah, water. If I'm having, like, waffles or eggs and hash browns, I'll have orange juice, but usually water. Can you do push-ups? Can I do push-ups? No, I can do girl push-ups. But I cannot do regular push-ups. Sorry, my eyes are red because I just finished coughing. I'm still a little scratchy, but I'm feeling much better. Okay. My favorite meal. My favorite meal ever? Okay, it depends. If we're doing, like, quick and easy, probably just spaghetti with sauce. That hits every single time. And then my favorite meal ever, it takes a little while, but chicken fricassee. Basically chicken, potatoes, carrots, veggies, and a tomato sauce with rice. So good. So good. It's my childhood. My mom, I was so obsessed with it when I was a kid. And my mom made a deal, like a challenge with me. She was like, I guarantee you, I bet you can't have this every single day for a week. Guess who won? Me. She, after the week was over, she was like, I don't want to make it anymore. So I won. My favorite piece of jewelry, I don't really wear jewelry that much. I like my engagement ring. And I also like this necklace that my future mother-in-law got me. That's got my initial. I've always liked those necklaces. Or it's like just the initial. I wanted my fiance to get me one of his initial, and I kind of hinted at that last Christmas. I was like, oh, it'd be so cute. And I would, like, send him TikToks, and then he got me an engagement ring instead. Damn it. I'm kidding. But, yeah, I would like that. But I have one with my initial now, so I don't. Or I can get, like, a little charm with his, and it could be both of ours. That would be really cute. Favorite hobby? Video games. Video games. I like making videos. I like just talking. Is talking a hobby? I like talking. Yeah, I would say that. Talking, video games, and watching stuff. I've started, actually, the other day I finished watching the One Piece Netflix adaptation. It was so good. And now I want to watch the anime. But I'm scared because there's like 1,000 episodes. But on Crunchyroll they only have the Japanese sub. And I prefer sub, but for something like One Piece, I'm assuming there's gonna be a lot of filler episodes, and I would like to be able to like focus on like what I'm doing too. So I found it on Netflix, the English version, and I started watching that last night. I'm on episode 9 now. A lot of the stuff is pretty close to the anime, the Netflix adaptation. I was very surprised at how close it was. I think maybe the director or the screenplay writer is an anime fan. But yeah, so I'm watching the dubbed so that I can still play RuneScape and still like do other things that I want to do. But yeah, okay. Do you work with people who idolize you? No. Name a trait you hate about yourself. I mean, ooh, this is gonna be. I don't like a lot of things about myself, but I also like a lot of things about myself. So, but transparency is key, and honesty is key. As long as you know what's wrong and what's right, then you can work to fix it, I guess. I don't like how overstimulated I get sometimes. And I don't like, this isn't really like a trait about me, but I hate the luteal phase of the menstrual cycle because I get so bummed and I literally am in a state of constant, I don't know what to do, like undecisiveness, where I'll just lay there and I want to do something, but I don't know what. And like I'll try to do things to see if I want to do that. Nothing works. So, but that's not really about me. I hate how judgmental I can be about myself. Like, I put myself to this like unreasonable standard instead of just like enjoying what I'm doing in the moment and finding what makes me happy, you know? Like my sleep schedule. I'm like constantly overcritical about my sleep schedule, but it's like, why? And then I called my mom yesterday and she was like, why do you go to bed so late? Why do you wake up so late? And then meanwhile, she's like, oh, I wake up at the same time as you, but I go to bed like 4 hours before you do. What does it matter what time I go to bed then if we wake up at the same time, you know? Anyway, middle name, I'm not doing that one. Name 3 thoughts at this moment. I have to call my mom after this video. I have to make dinner after this video. And my fiance is bringing home a crunchy taco from Taco Bell for me. So excited. Name 3 things you bought yesterday. Yesterday we actually went on we went out on the town together. I went like on a date, kind of, but like an unofficial date. We went to Five Guys for lunch. And then I went to Five Below for the first time, and I got these leggings. The fleece leggings. I've always wanted fleece leggings. And then we went to Spirit Halloween and we just walked around. And they had that, like, the clown that I've seen on TikTok where it's like spinning. And then we went to Barnes & Noble because he likes books, but we didn't buy anything. And then we went to Plato's Closet and I got these really cute shirts. Let me show you. Isn't that cute? And one more. They're so cute. So yeah, we got those at Plato's Closet. It's really cold now. It's actually gonna snow on Tuesday, So all of their summer stuff was 70% off. So we spent $5 on the leggings and then $6 on those 3 shirts together. So I've always wanted fleece leggings for like the winter time. If I want to wear something cute like a dress or like a skirt, I could still wear it. Or like fall, if I think it's cold, I could still wear it, you know, and I'll still be warm. And then we went grocery shopping. So name 3 drinks you regularly drink. Water, coffee, and orange juice. Sometimes I'll have a soda, but not that often. Your current worry right now. Nothing. Legs. Having to buy my contacts because I'm running out. I gotta go to 1-800 contacts and do like their online exam things so I can get my prescription. Sorry, my ear's really itchy. Current hate right now. My luteal phase. Because I think next week I get my period and it's gonna be cold and I'm not excited. And I hate feeling like crabby. But it's just a cycle. But then after, it'll be leagues. So it's pretty exciting. Favorite place to be? Home. I don't really like going out that much. I feel like I get itchy if I don't leave the house like once a week. But if I leave the house more than once a week, I don't like it. I like going on walks though. And I'm kind of like bummed that winter is coming because that means less walks for me. But I've been doing the Fitness Marshal on YouTube and we have Just Dance Now annual subscription. So I might start doing that a lot in the wintertime. So, how did you bring in the New Year's? At home, I watched the New Year's thing on the TV but on the computer with my fiance because I wasn't here yet. And that was it. We just watched TV and then we ate grapes. Normally we always ate grapes. I don't know if you guys know about that tradition. Sorry, my leg's really itchy. There's a tradition, I think it originated in Spain, but you're supposed to eat 12 grapes at midnight, 1 for every month, and then if it's bad or if it's good, it's like a premonition of what the month is going to be. I've been doing that since I was a kid, so I plan to keep that tradition. Favorite place to go? Probably the grocery stores. I like going to the grocery stores. Starbucks, does that count? Panda. Oh my god, I've been so obsessed with Panda and Taco Bell lately. Okay. Your most recurring dream. We talked about dreams 2 episodes ago. I actually had a dream last night. It was kind of a nightmare. Where there was this big, like, fish. I think it was because of One Piece. In, like, the 3rd episode. Sanji fights this big, like, sea monster for Luffy, and it was in my dream, but I had HP like RuneScape, and I had 22 HP, and the monster did, if it hit you, it did 95 damage, and in the dream I kept evading, trying to like avoid the attack, and then like waiting for someone to attack it like in the background, because I didn't have any weapons. And I was like just looking at my HP bar the whole time, like my little heart with the 22 number. And then it just exploded and he died, but I didn't. But yeah, recurring dream. I haven't really been having recurring dreams lately. So, introvert or extrovert? Mostly introvert. I'm a little bit extroverted. Like if I know you and I like talking with you and hanging out with you, I can be a little bit extroverted and funny and loud, but mostly introverted. I'm very shy. Very shy. What color shirt are you wearing? It's like a blue and white striped shirt with a little pocket from Sam's Club. I originally bought them for my fiance. We got purple one and then this one. I thought I got his size, but it's a little too snug on his shoulder, so they're mine now. They're very comfy. Do you like sleeping on satin sheets? I don't think I've ever slept on satin sheets, to be honest with you. Can you whistle? Yeah, I can. I don't want to do those too loud. My favorite color is blue. Blue. Like, not this color blue, but like that color blue. That one. That little one there. Like a darker blue. Oh, actually, it's this color. That's my favorite color, blue. Classic blue. Would you be a pirate? No. What songs do you sing in the shower? It changes. It varies depending on my mood. I like listening to the Jonas Brothers, listening to K-pop, I like listening to Doja Cat, I like listening to whatever comes on the radio or on my Spotify. Favorite girl's name? I've always liked the name Summer. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always liked the name Summer. I even, memory, when I was younger and I first made a Facebook account and I was obsessed with Farmville. I didn't have many friends that played Farmville, so I made another Facebook with the name Summer. Don't remember the last name. And I would just send myself stuff. And I was Summer, but it was just like a picture of like a cartoon, and then I would like send myself stuff on both accounts. Favorite boy's name? I have a few. I like Xander. I like Bradley. There's like so many that I like, but I can't think of right now. Mason. I like the name Mason. Who is your loudest friend? Probably my sister. Actually, my fiance is louder than my sister, so my only real friends are my sister, my fiance, my family, my parents, and then my aunts and uncles and whatever. So probably a tie between my fiance and my sister. What is in my pocket right now? Nothing. I actually do have pockets in these pants, but I normally don't have pockets, which is crazy. But I normally just put my phone in here whenever I walk around the house. But nothing's in there right now because I'm using my phone to record. Last thing that made me laugh, that Facebook story. Bed sheets as a child. Oh my goodness. Sorry if you can hear the heater that just turned on, the furnace. I used to have Powerpuff Girl, a little Powerpuff Girl pillow and Powerpuff Girl blankets. They're like the pink hearts. And then our shower curtain, because we had like it was like my room and then our bathroom and then my sister's room, so we had a Jack and Jill bathroom, is what it's called, and the shower curtain was Tinkerbell. First injury I've ever had. I sprained my ankle when I was in college. I've never like broken a bone or anything, but I sprained my ankle when I was in college. I was texting and walking, learned my lesson, and I was walking down the stairs and I missed the last step and I landed on my ankle. And I immediately had to sit down, and then my biology teacher found me. And then I called my mom, and I went to my biology teacher, called like some golf cart security guard. He took me to the nurse's office, and then she just put like a thingy to hold my leg like in place, a boot or whatever. And then my mom took me to emergency, and they got me like a more reinforced boot, but I didn't break anything. It just hurt really bad. It sprained. Do you love where you live? I kind of like it here. I wish my family was here. Like, I miss my family a lot. Sometimes I'm like, I do something or like experience something and I'm like, man, I wish they were here, you know? And I don't like the cold. But at least the house stays pretty warm, which is nice. Other than that, it's nice here. I like the trees changing colors, really pretty. I like that a lot. How many TVs in your house? Two? Two? What is your worst habit? Biting my nails? Probably. Especially since I do ASMR. Like, I bit those two, but then I still have these two a little bit. Those are for the One Piece episodes later today. That one too. I have one dog. How many dogs do you have? Just one. Does someone have a crush on you? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Do you own slippers? Do I? I think I do. I don't wear them though. I'm more of a sock girly. My favorite book. I want to read again. I tried looking for that book that someone commented on my last podcast, the second episode, called The First Law Series by Joe Abercrombie. I put on hold one of the books, but my favorite book I've ever read, I don't know. I liked the Twilight series. I liked the Harry Potter series. But I haven't read those in a long time. It was when I was a kid. So, my favorite candy of all time, Snickers, but I can't have that anymore. Just can't have milk. So I need to learn how to make like a vegan version. But now, lately, my candies have consisted of, I've had Oreos. I love the vegan chocolate chip cookies and Insomnia cookies. We went for the first time this month, and then we went again, and I got the vegan chocolate chip cookies, and man, those cookies they're like crack. They're so good. I wish I knew how to make really good chocolate chip cookies. But yeah, it's mostly just been like cookies, not really candy. Yeah. My favorite sports teams. I don't watch sports, so whatever my fiance likes. What song do you want played at your funeral? I've never thought about that, to be honest. I've never thought about what I would want people to listen to at my funeral. I don't know. I don't even want to think about my funeral, to be honest. Maybe something like meme-worthy. Like, we don't have time left to regret. Hold on. What were we doing at 12 a.m. last night? I was watching One Piece and playing RuneScape. I was killing greater demons for my Slayer task. And then I ran out of fire runes, and then I went and bought more, and then I went on a farm run, and then I started thieving from the master farmer so I can get some Renar seeds so I can go back to Barrows. And the last question. What was the first thing you thought of when you woke up this morning? That I was really warm. Because, like, that's the thing. When I go to sleep, it's so cold. But then when I, like, go to bed with my fiance, he's like a furnace. He's, like, sweating. And then I was wearing my long pajama pants that keep me warm. So I was very warm. And I remember I really have to pee. I peed, and I was still very warm, and then I was hungry, and then I saw my fiance made Belgian waffles, so, good morning. Alright. That was a good one. I liked that one. Better than the other one, asking me what my phone number was. That was weird. Anyway. Did not expect to do that this episode, but I am sure glad that we did. I was holding the microphone and now I have the mark on my hands. But, yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this one. It was a very spontaneous episode. I just wanted to talk about Myspace and some other things, but we went on a tangent and I kind of liked it, so I'm gonna go. My throat is feeling really itchy now, and I am gonna start making dinner since it is, I don't know what time it is, 3:30? Yep, 3:30. Because I'm making arroz con pollo, which is rice, essentially. It's just rice and chicken and peas, so very excited. And I took out some steak so that we can have steak for dinner this week with jasmine rice, which is one of my favorite meals. Okay, it was nice talking with you. I hope that you enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys are also the same way in the whole like relationship thing, asking questions to get to know people more. But if not, I'm a little delulu, that's fine. Alright, have a great rest of your day. Ooh, bump my nose. I hope that you have a good rest of your day. I love you guys. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.